All right, parts are in for the Bear Tracker. We've been waiting patiently. About, I don't know, it's like 11 days ago, I ordered these parts. Well, not those parts, but these parts. This idler gear and the starter clutch. The old ones were bad. Surfaces, I don't know if the surface is good on this or not, but I got a new one anyway. But the clutch pieces, these little pieces right here, were bad and they were not gripping. So this right here goes over this, and it'll turn one way freely, the other way it grabs. And the way it works, watch these right here, spring loaded. See how it travels in? See how it's the circle? It's not touching the outside of the circle, but as it slides out, it is. So that's what makes it grip this. So it'll grip, grip, grip. Freewheels one way, grips the other. So when the starter turns this gear, it grabs these and it turns the motor over, because this clutch is bolted to the flywheel, which is all onto the crankshaft. Okay. So I've been waiting. We're going to our hunting property like tonight. So we've been waiting for this parts forever. When I ordered them, they had to come from California, and they told me 3 to 5 days. I even sent them an email Friday night on the 12th. Today is the 26th, I believe. Let me see. Yes, Friday the 26th. So on the Friday the 12th, sent them an email. I said, I need these parts fast. Is there any way we can speed up shipping? They said, our shipping takes 3 to 5 days. I said, okay, it is what it is. Saturday morning, I received that email back. I placed my order. Well, they didn't even act on it until the following Tuesday, I think. And then I keep getting my tracking number. It keeps saying, well, it's supposed to be your last Saturday, 6 days ago. Is originally when it said, when I first got some tracking, eventually got tracking. Didn't show. Then about Monday or so, it said Wednesday. Well, Wednesday came along. Didn't show. Kids chomping at the bit. I, don't want to be last minuting this thing, putting it together to try to throw it on the trailer and go. So here it is Friday night. I was going to leave 3 hours ago, but I just got these parts, and we don't want to go on a trip with just the Grizzly, and we really didn't want to take the 70. It has no suspension, and our hunting property, they've been doing some logging, and it's the roads get rough and they get washed out. All the rain we've been having, there's going to be rutted out roads, and it's not going to be fun to ride that 70, but on the smooth stuff, and you're just going to get left behind. So we wanted to get the 250 going. The Grizzly is together and running. We didn't have, I didn't have a chance to get the tires put on here. I did order some tires. If I haven't showed these already, I don't think I have, but I ordered some tires for the 250. Pretty decent looking tires, just some knockoffs. I got SUNF, whatever that, Sun, I don't know, Sun F. I don't know what the hell it stands for, but should be some decent tires. It's not like you're driving down the highway at 65, so we'll mount those when we get back. We're going to just limp these around. We just didn't have time to mount them. Had too many projects going on. So we're going to get started. I got to bolt this. Got to bolt this clutch to the flywheel, and I did order it with a gasket and the bolts. I didn't want to reuse my bolts because they look galled up, so I ordered this kit specifically. Everything else I was fine and said it was going to be March before I got them, so I didn't want to wait till March, because I knew we were supposed to go to this hunting camp last weekend for a work day, but ended up half our guys couldn't make it, or a few of our guys couldn't make it due to a funeral, and so half the guys went last weekend. And I was like, well, that kind of works out for us because our parts didn't come in, so I'll go the following weekend as well. So that's what we're doing. Oh, so we probably won't get down there. It's about a 2.5 hour drive. We probably won't make it till, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night. It is what it is. So this free floating gear rides in there like that. Okay. This goes in here, spins like that, and then there's a key that goes in that keyway hole right there. I've got all my parts in a bag. Like I said, we've been waiting a couple weeks for this stuff. So my Woodruff key should be in here. Better be. Some of this stuff will get reused. Here's the old pieces that were in here. There's flat spots worn on them, and that's why it's not grabbing. Where's my Woodruff key? There it is. Okay. And I'm in a rush, and I apologize. I'm not going to try to rush it too bad, but I'm just going to give her a little tap. That should be in. We might have to tap it a little more. When I pulled the originals out, original screws out of here, well, first when I took this thing apart, it was loose. It would go click, 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 click. So this thing was loose. It's probably why it wore everything out. But you see how it galls the threads. They dimple it at the end, and I hope it didn't ruin the threads when I pulled it out. You're supposed to kind of put a little drill right there and flatten that last thread out before you pull it out so it doesn't rip your threads out. And I didn't do that. Hopefully it hasn't torn them up, but I don't want this thing to loosen back up on me, so I'm not putting red Loctite, but I'm gonna put a little drop of blue on these screws, on these bolts. All right, had to go get me a socket. It's an Allen head deal. We're gonna put us a little Loctite, if there's any in here. There we go. Whoop. Just gonna put a tiny little bit on the threads. I got that backwards. It goes like this. All right, like that. I've never dealt with a system like this. This is my first one dealing with a starter clutch. This doesn't work like an automobile. Automobile has a starter, has an armature that sticks out. The starter motor itself, the gear jumps out at the end, turns a flywheel. This is a much different setup. I don't know exactly why they do it like this, but I know I don't really care for it. But it is what it is. We just had to figure it out and adapt. I'm not using red Loctite because if I ever have to take this apart again, red might just be too difficult to get these bolts back out. The blue is a little more forgiving. It should still hold stuff tight. Okay, well, this is like a glue you put on the threads. It keeps the bolts from backing out. Nice. It's called Loctite.
Yeah.
My young son's in here watching, and one reason I make these YouTube videos is, well, to help anybody that needs help. Maybe they'll gain something from them, and long after I'm gone, people can go back and watch these and kind of see what I was about. And my kids can go back and laugh at me and see what I was about, and maybe learn something if I'm not around to teach them in the future. So I'm not the best teacher in the world, but I try. All right, those threads feel good. They're locked in pretty good. I don't know if I should try to hit that with an impact or not. I'm scared I'll damage them, but once I slide that on, there's no way to get to them. I may whop them one time with this gun. I may give them all one little pop with an air impact. All right, that's all I'm gonna do. Okay, so now this slides onto the flywheel, and we've got to put this gear in too, which I can do after, but I could do it first too. Let's see. I can go ahead and do it. You got a little bit of Bailey dog hair love on here. You want to make sure your dog's hair doesn't get inside the engine. It's probably not great for the bearings. All right, so this is a shaft. The outside case, the magneto case, has a hole in it, and that rides in there. Okay, so this just drops in here. It's not timed. It's not a timing set or anything. She locks in. That's the starter gear. There's the drives. So that locks it. See, that's just spinning on that shaft without turning the crankshaft. What locks that crankshaft down is going to be my next step. I'll grab this flywheel. Okay. The flywheel's keyed. I don't know if I'm going to be able to slide it on. I'm going to have to tap that key down some. Looks like I'm going to have to. There we go.
Got it in?
Yep. Okay. It's not a tap in. I had to pull this gear back out so I could move that idler because the pieces in the clutch were not allowing it to come in. Look, I didn't hit it too hard. So now I need to put this gear back in. Let me pull the shaft out. All right. See how it allows it to spin this way. If you turn it this way, it turns the whole motor over, see? Okay. That goes all the way to the end, so that should be on enough. And when I tighten this down after the outside cover goes on, it'll be fixed in. Should be good to go then. So our gasket material, all that stuff's still clean. A little bit of oil on this, which I'm just putting straight gasket on. I'm not putting any sealer on it. I've got another one there. I've got this one here, so if we have any issues, I've still got another gasket. Hopefully we'll have this thing running here in a few minutes, Caleb.
Yep. Hopefully it did something.
Oh, it's fixed. It should be fixed. I mean, I just hope the carburetor work that I did is all right.
Yep.
Okay.
Looks easy to drive.
Alright, this magneto likes to slam in because it's magnetized.
Goes.
It goes, it pulls itself to it. Because it's a pretty powerful magnet.
So after we get this on, it should work, and then we'll put oil in it.
Yep.
And it should be running just fine.
Yep. Alright. Okay. I'll pop that with an impact for its final tightening. That one goes there. All right. Starter motor stuck. You hear it?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was literally, I mean, no choke, nothing. I haven't even, I just finished tightening that, hit the key, and that's electric starter motor kind of, oh, you know what? I got to check the oil.
Yep.
It's got oil in it, but some of it drained out when I pulled that case apart, but it's probably a quart low. All right, I got to check my channel just started playing. I probably should put a new rope in this while I've got it off, but it's easy to pull off. I don't even know why I'm putting it back on because I can't hardly pull start it. It about breaks my hand off every time I try, but it wasn't running right when we were trying before, so it may pull easier now that things are better, but we'll see. I'm not worried about it. That's why I was fixing the electric start, because I couldn't pull start it. These bigger motors are just, I mean, they're hard enough to kickstart. I mean, you imagine pull starting a 250 motocross bike with your hand. I mean, I've had them cut my shoe in half from the compression kickback on a Kickstarter on a motocross bike when I was like in high school, middle school, when I rode a lot. So yeah, these things about break your wrist off when it tries to buck back on you. All right, so starting right up was a good sign, Caleb.
Yeah. It started.
I hope it's an easier time from here on out with this thing.
We'll be able to ride it for a while before it breaks again.
I hope so, bud. You know what? Before I put that on, I want to check these bolts one more time after I whopped it with the impact. I just want to make sure it didn't pull the case in any. I'm not going to try to crank these down too hard because I don't want to split my gasket. I have a missing bolt there. It was missing when we got it. Okay.
Probably ride this a lot tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know me.
We've got 600 plus acres down there of our lease, and we may be picking up 250 more acres. And then my wife's family, aunt and uncle, which is my family too, been married 16 years. They're 5 minutes from us, and they have a whole bunch of land down there as well. We have a big represent this about 2 counties down there pretty heavily in hunting.
Yep. Try to go hunting with you.
I always want to tighten stuff up in a crisscross pattern. You don't want to tighten one side down and then tighten the other side down. Once you got them snug, you can kind of go around, make sure you got them all good.
Shoot that. And not touch that. Keep that.
right, got to put the reverse linkage back on.
I was trying to say, after this, we'll hook the trailer up. After we're done doing everything and put them on.
Yep. They need a carburetor still on this thing. We don't know yet. It's leaking gas right now. We got to remember to turn the gas off every time we ride it. So it's that, see that little arrow?
Yeah.
So that the long handle down is on, in the middle, you got to make sure it's perfectly in the middle, is off.
Yep.
And up is reserve.
Yep, like that's red for wheel.
Yeah, it's dripping a little bit. Oops. I'll just have to keep an eye on that. Get it running. Get some oil in it. All right. Well, you heard it run. We're gonna fire it up. We're gonna put some oil in it. Fire it up. We might show you us, rip around the front yard, which is sopping wet. I don't want to. It's been raining all day. I don't want to tear up my yard with it. We don't mind riding in the yard when it's dry, but when it's super muddy and standing water, I don't like to just tear it all to shreds. So we may just give it a little test shot. We're gonna load it on the trailer, and we'll be headed to hunting camp here soon. Hey, stick around because we'll show you some videos from down there. It's not gonna be real pretty because they logged it. I don't even know what it looks like. I haven't been down there in a while, so they cut a lot of our woods out, but we've got a big swamp, and we got some videos that are going to be coming from that property too. So if you're into the outdoors and you like that kind of stuff, stick around, subscribe, hit the bell notification, hit the like button, please. All right, let's get some oil in this thing and take it for a ride. All right, it runs. She's still a little goofy. When it's running up the road, it runs fine. We let up the throttle, it dies and doesn't want to refire. It took me about 5 minutes before I get it fired back up. So I think I don't know if it's ignition or the carburetor. I just checked the spark plug and it's loose in the hole. So I'm gonna pull that out, pop a new spark plug in. I'm gonna see what this one looks like. It may be all it is. Yeah, it's loose. Can't remember if I did that or not. I probably did at some point. Pull the spark plug. Oops. It's not good to drop them on the concrete. It's fouled for sure. All right, let's get the new one, pop it in. Oh, I didn't bring my wrench. It's actually not that warm. Thing was loose in the hole. Hopefully that's all my problem was. Glad I ordered a new plug for it. We'll see real quick here. Where's my spark plug sockets? Gotta clean up my tools. I thought I had one out. I've been doing back-to-back projects. I mean, I stopped one, I start another, and I'm filming them all. Or most of them. Some of the little quickie repairs and inspections I do for people I don't film, but most of this stuff I'm filming. Every once in a while you'll have a day when you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, that might be what it is.
Getting kind of chilly out here.
It is. I'm not gonna put
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if it was a spark plug. New plug wet. She's firing like a son of a gun. Gotta be the carburetor.
Well, should be able to ride it. You gonna bring a pack of tools?
Yeah.
For some easy stuff?
Yeah, we're probably gonna need them.
Yeah. There's something gonna be wrong on this thing. Oh, you're gonna put a ball in one of these. Well, that's got a ball. But
Yeah, time, dude.
I
think I can do 25 things at one time.
there you go. Got it. It's just perfect on this. Go eat the rest of it.
All right, well, 250 still got some quirks. All right, I don't think the carburetor, I don't know if the choke, it's got this funky diaphragm choke. I think that's falling or something. It's making the choke come on, even when you're not commanding it. I'm not sure if that's what's going on or not. It sure does act like it's a choke problem, even though I've got the choke closed. So we're gonna haul it to South Georgia with the other one, and I don't know, maybe it'll fix itself bouncing around on the trailer for 2.5 hours. I doubt it, but we're gonna take it down there. I'm gonna take some tools with me. I'll give it one more shot on trying to clean the carburetor out down there if it still acts goofy, and if it doesn't fix it, then buy a new carburetor for it. So that's gonna wrap this one up. Thanks for watching. Check us again on the next one. Hopefully you'll see us having fun on this thing. All right.